In my humble opinion, July has just been a bad month for comebacks. Not that all comebacks were necessarily bad, just that none really impressed me. And that's why you're here to see me review all comebacks of this month.
Again for the rest of our lives.
I've changed up the layout, which means I have to point out a few things. The formula is still the same. Get 7 categories, score them out of 10 for each one, and get an average. And that still holds up. Now, however, next to the best song category, there's a little thingy symbol. That means that the song title has been shortened because it didn't fit on the screen. Also, if I've reviewed an artist's comeback before, there will now be a plus or minus on the side of the screen. It'll make more sense if you actually see it, and that's, I guess, enough rambling. So let's start reviewing the comebacks. The most basic of basic songs, and I'm not here for it, is pretty cringy and I can't stomach the chorus half the time. This was executed so awkwardly and I had semi-high expectations since I quite like Lupin. Their voices don't fit the song well in the slightest, and the dance was the only redeeming factor. Call me crazy, but I don't like retro-sounding songs as much as everyone else seems to. I just find them flat, boring, uneventful, similar sounding, all of that stuff. Unfortunately, this song doesn't change my mind on any of those. The entire album sounds like the title track as well, so I just didn't really enjoy it too much. Casino is forever superior, and feel free to fight me on that. Unless it's a known artist, I won't include slow songs because I usually don't give the best commentary on them. Baby is somewhat widely known, so I have to put her here. But matter of fact is I don't like slow songs that much, but the lyricism is truly great.
You know what I deserve? What?
Saddest thing is that I was actually pretty into it, but then the chorus hits awfully and painfully. No one asked for this and no one needed it. The second verse was torture, the dance break was worse than the chorus, and the bridge was hardly anything redeeming.
Call me a villain, so what?
I got bored to death, I'm sorry. Her vocals are far too soft just before the drop, and the drop isn't good or impactful at all. The best way to describe it is a flat line turned into a song. I just think I don't like her music. And please stop censoring yourself. Just say bad bitch instead of bad light, because that sounds wimpy and terrible. First thing I said after hearing this for the first time was, that was just bad, wasn't it? That honestly encapsulates everything I want to say. The song, bad. The video, poor. The dance, TikToky. The lyrics, meh. Replayability, no. Hotel, Trivago. I like cute, but this is too cute and to the point of cringe. It's not horrible, but it's most definitely quite boring. The entirety of the music video, I was looking at Jaeyoon because he looks like Hwan Woong from One Us, and Donggon because he looks like Ong Song Woo. The Ichi Ni line was cute, but that's probably the only original lyric. Oops. So it's simple, it's boring, it's uneventful, and it's overall not special. I'm sorry. Just the video's stale, and the other song on the album is hardly anything to get excited over. I literally have no clue what else to say, so moving on. Not impressed by Daniel, as is becoming a pattern for me. I've not been properly into any of his releases ever, and I don't see that changing at all. It's literally so dull and forgettable. I've never realised just how many songs sounded so similar until I began doing this series. There's no flavour, and I'm not scared to admit that. There's barely anything I want to say about it other than that. The lyrics are kinda cringy to me, but the biggest problem with them is the laughable lack of rhyme. The rest of the album isn't even bad, it's just the title that's just bland. It's been hard for me to enjoy summer songs this year because the only warm days I've experienced in 2020 were in May. Even if I didn't have that problem, I don't think this would be a go-to summer song for me. People say ITZY's songs are too messy, which I don't understand that much, but sure. Yet the chorus for this is messier and more cluttered than any ITZY song I can think of off the top of my head. It's slow and I don't like it even though I do. I don't know, okay? Maybe I like it, maybe I don't. I always flip-flop. The The video was so boring and kind of forced the song to keep the viewers' interest. However, unless you're into this sort of style, it doesn't really do that. Come back to me in 2 weeks if you want, and I'll probably be able to give better commentary. Come and get your K-pop artist because she's making my ears bleed for what feels like the 1000th time this month. The album is also very solid, but I don't think I would have checked it out if I wasn't doing this video. I just really want to know why everyone's deciding to hop on the trend of loud, annoying, screechy music. The song feels quite short, but it's fine because I like it. It's pretty obvious that the budget is practically non-existent, but they're still trying to make it work, which I admire. But I don't think anyone needed or was asking for the shirtless guys. It's literally just cringy when any K-pop idol does that. Low-key, they're all just being E-boys' comeback, and I don't know how much I hate it.
I wanna see the shining light. Baby, oh,
There's no entertainment value in the music video at all, but I'm fine with it since I was basically thinking about the song the whole time anyway. What confounds me so much about this is that it has 2 pre-choruses. I don't think I've ever seen that happen, ever. I just hope that her company manages to manage her well and that she has a bigger budget for her next release. Have you ever heard the song Take On Me by a-ha? Of course you have. In that case, there's no reason for you to listen to this song. Seriously. There's similar vibes, similar beats, and even the beginnings are similar, but it doesn't make Retro Love bad or a rip-off necessarily. When I say I probably would have loved this song if it wasn't for the post-chorus, you have to believe me. The rest of the song is so utterly stunning, but I won't be able to sit through that part because it makes me cringe in pain. I'll probably be listening to the album on the other hand, as that thing is so beautiful and saved the comeback.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Not a bad comeback necessarily, just Scandalous is so much better. What can I say, it's a summer song but done in Kimbo style. I like how their style is becoming something quite concrete this early, however. It's a nice style of music and I hope that they do well in the future because I'm rooting for them. There was no point to Moon's feature, but the title track is very, very catchy. I'll find myself just randomly getting it stuck in my head. Anyway, the title isn't on and off for me. I like it, then I don't. The album wasn't as bad as I expected it to be, and I actually quite enjoyed myself. It's not the most original song by a long shot. Everyone's plagiarizing Avicii this summer, and I feel some sort of way about it. The video's pretty weird, but the odd Good Guy reference or two made me pleased. Other than that, I just don't want beat drops anymore.
Welcome to my jungle. Welcome to my jungle.
So I really don't like the dance break, however that doesn't matter because I can always edit it out like I did with Tag Me by Weekly. Point proven, I can just do that and it'll sound better. The pre-chorus is Heaven on Earth and I'm already kind of anticipating their future releases. I appreciate their company for changing the video and lyrics to be less offensive, though I really wonder why their songwriters thought those were good lyrics and how no one saw a problem with it until it was too late. It sounds like a song I've already heard before, but I can't remember what the song was called or even exactly how it goes, though it's not bad per se. I kind of want there to be an album for this just because I think it would be a nice concept for an album, but alas there is no such thing. This is almost an organised mess, but almost is the key word there. It falls short by a bit there, and the bit it falls short by is the dance break. They also shouldn't have pushed Sia in this comeback as much as they did in my opinion, because she's literally all I remember from this, though it does get better the more you listen to it. Pretty solid if I have to be honest. While it might not be the greatest thing to grace this godforsaken planet, it's far from the worst. Even if I don't know what kind of a budget they had, I'm willing to bet it wasn't the largest, but they did make it work well. I'm pretty sure this is their first comeback, and for a first comeback, it's very good. This is a sexy song that doesn't have to be pretty sexy. You could play this while Netflix and chilling, or just when you want to have a little bit of a dance around. The versatility hit me hard. I'm pleasantly surprised by everything about this, and I encourage you to give him a shot. I don't think it's as good as everyone's making it out to be. The empty post-chorus is slightly painful to listen to, and I feel like the song's oddly mixed at times too. I'm surprised no one's really talked about the possible queer baiting going on, but it's not my place to really speak on it, so I'm not going to.
Singing ori 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 oh
The video is very simple, which matches the song surprisingly well. Going into this, I didn't expect much, but I enjoyed myself quite a lot. It's a great summer song that has this playful and mischievous vibe to it. Not many songs sound like that in my opinion, and Crush managed to pull it off extremely well.
Just tell me what you're waiting for. Baby, I've been waiting for.
1 year for one song is just so bad. At least Blackpink gets mini albums. The title of the song is so overdone, and I can't help hearing twice as what you waiting for. The ring the alarm was cringy, and the drop after was absolutely unneeded. The ending is very abrupt to me, but I do still like the song despite all of that.
Say yes 좀더 끌어당겨 내 맘이
First listen, I thought it was pretty okay, but not anything too good. Now, I can't say I disagree with that, but it does sound a lot better than the first time I heard it. The album is actually my favourite thing about this. Every single song is basically handcrafted beautifully, and it's honestly just a great album.
그만해 내 곁으로 와 너를 위해서
How the video starts and ends with the same scene, but I don't like how in the video there are a few scenes where they remove the black bars for some reason. Anyway, this song is one of those songs where you need to be in the mood to listen to it because it'll be too intense if you're not. However, it's extremely catchy and I do like it. I'm not a large fan of the song, but it's definitely grown on me since I first heard it. The video is absolutely stunning, and I'm glad to see the girls not making remakes of their older songs. That was a joke, don't come for me G-Friend stans. But if this direction is where they're going with their music, I definitely wouldn't be completely against it.
And I'm gonna stop crying, stop feeling.
I feel emotionally moved. It's one of those songs that speak to you even if you have no clue what she's singing about. The video is basic but beautifully executed. I know some people were worried when she left YG, saying that her music would be different or they wouldn't want people to forget about her. I think this solidifies that Lehigh won't be forgotten so easily, and I'm glad about that.
Break it down, get it, delete and let go.
We say great comeback, you say gotta go. This couldn't have come in a better month, honestly. When a lot of songs don't impress me or satisfy me enough, I appreciate those that do so much more. The chanty bit is weird, so I might end up editing that out. Either way, it doesn't matter because I love this regardless.
Just the way I am. 내 길을 가볼게.
Don't let the audio snippet fool you, this is not as calm and as soft as you might think it is. I was ready to hate this song as soon as the chorus started, but as soon as the post-chorus hit, my mouth actually fell open. It shouldn't matter that they're from a small company, but I hate that they are because it means people won't recognise it. Sure, the song's oddly mixed here and there, but it's a great song.
잠시도 머물지 않아.
I expected nothing good, but got the opposite. I didn't want a slow song, but though this is kind of a slow song, I'm head over heels for it. The album was more the style of slow song I don't like that much, but it definitely isn't something I'd just disregard. One of my only criticisms for Away is that Eunji's high note should have been held for longer, but that's pretty much it.
난 마치 꿈에서 꿈을 꾼 듯이 널 찾아서 헤매다
3 things no one asked for: the pulling up of the shirts, the TikToky move in the chorus that everyone seems to be doing, and the dance break. Apart from that, it's a great song and I really enjoy it. This is by far their best comeback and beats out Answer any day of the week. The order these songs are placed in is so well thought out. Seriously, listen to the album because the transitions and album progression is the best I've ever heard.
아무도 몰라 몰라 we gon' play play play. 불을 붙여 on this my way.
Wow, Chungha's music has only been getting better and better. The empty post-chorus is what makes the replayability a 9. I haven't listened to play on repeat for more than 1.5 hours because that bit got annoying, but the rest of the song is great.
넌 나만의 꿈을 타는 story
Yes, yes, yes. I put off listening to this song for so long because I knew it would be a slow song, and I'm quite regretful I did that. The vocals, the piano, the aesthetics, the lyrics, all of it combines into one great song.
Go back
My motto: who cares if a song's basic or generic or predictable if it's good? I stand by that here. It's such a breath of fresh air, and while so many groups have already done this sort of song, it sounds so unique to me. It might be their voices, I really love their voices. Plus, it's so catchy and makes me feel so warm and soft inside.
We're like a thunder, deep inside.
I thought Very Very was a 5-membered group. I guess I was wrong. I think I still like Layback more. I just like the feeling of that song more than Thunder. But Very Very is probably one of the most creative and different groups right now. Their videos are why I admire the most. And thank you for sitting through this video. I know it's slightly longer than usual, but I just wanted to fully go in depth with my opinions. I can't believe we managed to get through them so quickly, which is what I say every time. But you know, if you're interested in this content, I have a playlist here for all of my previous videos in this series. Please consider subscribing and liking, and I hope you have a great day.